This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, Vikas. How are you? Thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. How are things?
Things are great, Rupali. Thank you for having me.
You know, we connected a few months ago about you being diagnosed with cancer, and that was during the COVID times. So I know a lot of things have happened since then. Do you want to just talk about what happened and, how did you overcome? What was your process that you followed?
Great. So during March of 2021, I got diagnosed with papillary thyroid cancer, and as you can expect, it felt like, oh my God, what happened?
Yeah.
But as I processed some of this information, the prognosis was very good. The setback was there. So the process that I followed was I really felt that I need to share this with a lot of my family and friends
Uh-huh.
and generate a community support that can help me navigate through these tough times.
Yeah.
And so the process became talking to a lot of people with multiple purposes. The energy that I was getting from others really helped me sail through this difficult time.
Yeah.
Second, I was looking for best of the medical experts, and some of these conversations led me to that. And
Mm.
third, the fear of unknown. There was this fear of unknown. What will happen? What's the process? And by talking to a lot of people, it became clear it's not really a big deal. A lot of people get
But I mean,
really,
just hearing the word cancer would scare somebody, right? Instead of like turning inward, it almost seems that you turned outwards, right? Like you were, I mean, I would say that I would probably like just not talk about it for a few days. But how you were saying that you shared it with a lot of people.
yeah, I think everybody is different, right? The coping mechanisms are different. And one of my coping mechanisms was to talk to people.
Yeah.
And that help I got from community about different ideas and was tremendous. And as you mentioned, cancer word is big,
Yeah.
but there are different types of cancer. So thyroid cancer, for example, you use Dr. Google,
Yeah.
and you will realize that the prognosis are pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. So basically you're saying that even though it was scary, but you got the help from the community just by talking about it more.
Absolutely, community. My family played a huge role in making sure that I don't get over fearful of the fact that this is going to happen. Surgery is coming.
Yeah.
So the first action was not to focus on the thing. The first action was, now what's the next step?
Yeah.
How will we deal with it?
Yeah.
What's the plan? Being a little bit of a program management kind of a style, I took it in a program management style of how to tackle it.
Yeah. So, I mean, now you're smiling, but I'm sure that time your mental health was suffering a lot, right?
Yeah, it did suffer. And what happened after surgery, I lost my voice for a couple of months. So that time it was a bigger issue about uncertainty.
Yeah.
My job really involved talking to a lot of people and what will happen.
Yeah.
And mental health suffered quite a bit. Uh, my family, my mom, my wife supported a lot during that time, but I really went for therapy at that time. I started to take therapy
Voice
lessons.
therapy or not voice therapy, mental health
Uh,
therapy.
the the voice therapy
Mm.
as well as mental therapy. So I
Yeah.
started doing meditation more.
Yeah.
I talked to some doctors about it, psychiatrists, and said, what should I do in these situations?
Yeah.
Uh,
So really, like basically what you're saying is even though it was a cancer of the thyroid, but and that you found help because it was all medical related, but the thing that happened after that, the losing of the voice, and that mattered to you a lot because of your job and just as a person who can't talk, that's
yeah,
affected you more.
it affected me more. And if you ask my friends, I'm very socially active. I'm an extrovert. I'll pick up phone and talk to people.
Yeah.
And I felt that this will change all of my life.
Yeah.
And that was a very dreadful thing to think about.
Yeah.
Uh, but by all the help and everything, the therapy that happened, I one fine day suddenly the voice came back,
Oh, just like
and that
that.
just like that, and that was the best blessing of all everything that happened.
So after that, how once you got your voice back, um, we talked a little bit about like seeking mental health, through therapy. So all that was done then by then, or were you
No,
still?
I continued on my journey with therapies, right? So voice was back, so voice therapy is done, but overall therapy and let's therapy is not a big thing. Therapy is really about having somebody who's analyzing what are your trigger points
Yeah,
about stress, what are
yeah,
your trigger points about anger.
yeah,
I think therapy is a very, very powerful thing which can lead to very good outcomes.
yeah. So you wish you had done this therapy before?
I certainly think so. I certainly think that as the corporate world is going fast,
Yeah,
you tend to think about things that are not very meaningful.
yeah,
And when you analyze these emotions or thoughts during your therapy sessions, you clearly see some of it is not beneficial to you. So it's almost like your voice or your thoughts are echoing back during therapy sessions. So I'll highly encourage everybody in when they are in stressful situations
yeah,
to use this as a tool to cope up with it.
yeah. True, true. No, thank you so much, Vikas, for sharing your journey. I know we met over thyroidectomy issues also, and I also told you that the voice, I lost my voice also for a whole year, um, and it was stressful because nobody would understand what I'm talking, and it's people just say it's just voice. What's the big deal? It could be worse. But when you're going through that is the biggest thing for you, correct?
It is. It feels like this is the most important thing in the world
Yeah,
because this is the mechanism through which you communicate your emotions,
yeah,
your needs,
yeah.
right? And when it is not there, it becomes the most important stuff in your life.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for sharing your journey today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rupali. I really thank you for all the help during my journey. You were one of the support mechanisms that I used to gather information on
Yeah,
how the surgery will look like, when will my voice come back. So we
yeah,
were living a little bit together.
yeah. I think we all need to lean on each other for those times. Thanks, Vikas, for your time today.
Thank you, Rupali.